It is indeed my delight to introduce to you Dr. Chipper Griffith, who is our Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education. Dr. Griffith came here to do his residency program. He's a graduate of Vanderbilt, came here to do his residency program. He was immediately recognized as someone who was a great teacher, even as a resident. And he very quickly moved through the ranks in internal medicine, staying here as a faculty member, was a beloved and actually very innovative director of the medical student clerkship, later headed up the residency program in internal medicine. And because of his devotion to students and to furthering excellence in the teaching and training of student physicians, he is in, I think, his second year now of being the Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education. So Dr. Griffith is going to frame for us some of the points of pride we have here at the University of Kentucky. And in my sense, he's one of our points of pride. But he's going to tell you a little bit about the school. Dr. Griffith.
Well, thanks, Carol. And I just wanted to extend my congratulations to all the students here. And it's quite an achievement, quite an honor to be accepted into medical school. You worked hard all these years, and if you stay true to your dreams come true, and they're coming true right now. You're going to be starting medical school in about 6 or 7 months, 8 months, I guess, yeah. So congratulations. But I was also glad to see a lot of the family and friends and loved ones here, because none of us did this alone. None of us got into medical school just by our own efforts. Whether we won the genetic lottery from our parents with our intelligence or whatever, that's part of it. But really, it's our foundations. Our foundations are the people who love us, who care for us, they support us through time. And without those foundations, you can't, that's what makes you, you. And so you could not have gotten into medical school without those foundations, whether it's your grandparents or your parents or your family or your loved ones or your significant others or your teachers. Those are the folks that made you you and made this day possible. So congratulations to all of y'all. It's a team effort. It's a great thing. So today, we're trying to celebrate that achievement of you all's, but we're also wanting to celebrate University of Kentucky College of Medicine. Several of y'all have made the decision for sure to come here for medical school, and we're glad about that. We want you to realize that the wisdom of that decision was some of what we're going to present to you today. But some of you are deciding between us and another medical school, and what we hope to convince you today is that you can't make a better decision for your medical education than coming to UK. And why do I say that? Well, I say that for several reasons. One is we're in a time of unprecedented growth in our College of Medicine. Our class size is growing. We used to be 90, 100 or so students. Then we went up to 118. More recently, it's 136. Why are we increasing? Well, we're increasing because we need doctors all around the country. There's a doctor shortage all around the country and in our state. We need more physicians, and the UK is stepping up and producing more physicians. So it's time of growth. We're also increasing our residency positions within our medical center. We have over 500 residents and fellowships available for students 10 years ago. Now we have about 650. So we're increasing the number of residents as well. So it's a time of unprecedented growth. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time for our clinical growth. Just step outside this auditorium here, and you can see our brand new state-of-the-art medical center. It is awe-inspiring. And it's such a proud thing for our state to have this medical center. But the growth has been amazing. We are the fastest growing academic health center in the country the last 10 years. Let me say that again. The fastest growing academic health center in the country the last 10 years in terms of numbers of patients. 10 years ago, in 2004, we were about a 25th percentile academic health center in terms of numbers of patients that we saw in terms of patients in our hospital. So kind of a middling, smallish medical center 10 years ago. In just 10 years' time, we've doubled the number of patients that we see. We're at the 75th percentile now. We are the size, or approaching the size of Ohio State and Michigan, some truly large academic medical centers. So it's a time of unprecedented growth here. It's exciting. We're also growing in the range of the services we can provide. So for example, there's this notion of quaternary care. Some of y'all have heard of that, some of you haven't. But primary care is preventing disease. Secondary care is sort of the routine care we provide sometimes. Tertiary care is more advanced specialty care. Quaternary care is supra specialty care, things like transplants and the like there. And 10 years ago, for much of this quaternary care, most of our folks in Kentucky had to go outside the state to get excellent quaternary care. They had to go to Cleveland Clinic or Mayo Clinic or Vanderbilt or Duke. Now they can get this at Kentucky most of the time. So it's just an unprecedented time for our clinical growth, an exciting time. It's an exciting time for our growth and research. You're going to hear in just a little bit from Susan Smythe, our division chief for the cardiology, about research. And as medical students, about 70% of our medical students do research to some degree. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to do research if you come here. Now, some of y'all are going to elect to make research your career and your passion through time. And you're going to spend your career making discoveries, which benefits the health of everyone. But some of you will not. But at least if you taste research during medical school, you will be better doctors, I would assert, because you will understand the scientific method, you'll understand what science can and cannot do, but understand the scientific literature, you'll appreciate scientific discoveries better. It'll make you a better doctor. And you're going to have plenty of research opportunities here at our College of Medicine. You all as students, what's really on a personal level is the curriculum. So you get really excited about what's the curriculum going to be. And you're going to hear this morning about all of our changes in curriculum. We had a massive curriculum change a couple of years ago in our first 2 years curriculum. And it's a great thing. I don't want to steal the glory from those that are going to present about that. But just to tell you one thing is we're just starting our third class of this new curriculum. So we've had 2 years that have finished. Between the third and fourth year, the second and third year of medical school, you take what's called step one of the boards. It's a board exams for licensure. But also, the better you make on this test, the better your chances are getting certain residency programs. After this first iteration of our new curriculum, we have our highest board scores ever in the College of Medicine. And I think a large part of that is from our new curriculum. So it's a good place to come. You're going to learn plenty. You're going to have great residency choices. Our students get into great residencies. About a third of our students stay here for their residency because it's a great place to train. We're glad about that. But also, you won't be limiting yourself by coming here. You can go to almost any place in the country. This past year, we had 5 students that went to Mayo Clinic, for example, for their residency training. We had students that went to New York University, to Johns Hopkins, to Harvard, to Emory, to Baylor, to UAB. So you won't be limiting yourself at all. You can get into almost any residency in the country coming here first. So exciting time in our educational programs as well. So it's a time of growth, which is a good thing. But at the same time, we tried to retain our historic strength. And our historic strength has been the personal touch we have in this medical school. The personal touch we have here. That's among the reasons I've stayed here these last 22 years. I like the personal touch. I like to get to know each and every single one of you all, and I will. Every one of you all are going to have to come to my office at some point in these next 4 years. And not because you're in trouble, because you have to come. I want to meet you. I want to know you. I want to know your dreams and aspirations, try to help out the best I can. So I will get to know every single one of you all across these next 4 years. But it's not just me, it's everyone. You got a sense of that this morning with discussing financial aid. So Julie McDaniel has been our longtime director of financial aid services. Brenda McCarthy's been helping her the last several years and doing a great job. And you would think financial aid would be an unpleasant topic, thinking about that debt that's coming up. And it does make people nervous. One thing I should tell you about Julie. Julie has been asked by, close to a half dozen or so medical school classes to be an honorary class member when they graduate. They want her to march across the stage with them as they graduate. Why would a financial aid director be asked to do that? They should be worried about that. Well, it's because Julie does that personal touch, and Brenda's doing it now as he's been added on. They spend time with you and help you make this tasteful topic the best it can be, and the students are so grateful. It's that personal touch. And you've got a sense of that, I think, on your interview day here. From admissions with Carol Elam, our admissions dean, and Kim and Robin and Jody and all the admissions staff, how welcome they are, and the admissions committee in your interviews. I'm certain you've got a sense of that personal touch. That's one of our strengths, is that personal touch. And you're going to see that when you come here. The student support services we're going to provide. Todd Cheever, our student affairs dean, is also going to get to know every single one of you individually. So you'll get to know all the deans and administration. There's a lot of faculty that will get to know you. Our student affairs staff, Renee, Ashley Crump, Mary Porter, Beth Hartman, our registrar. We have so many folks that you're going to get to know and give you personal attention. So unprecedented growth, retaining that strength of personal attention. That's among the reasons this is a wise choice for a medical school here. But even more than that, you're going to have the attention and the support of your classmates. So parents and loved ones and folks that are here, I'm going to give you a preview of what I'm going to tell your students on day one of medical school. What I'm going to tell them on day one of medical school is that the competition's over. The competition's over. What do I mean by that? Well, getting into medical school is hard. There's thousands of folks that are applying for these 136 spots. It is hard. And as an admissions committee and as a medical school, we'd like to look at all 3,000 or 4,000 of you all. We just can't. And so a way that we can kind of gauge readiness for medical school are some of the numbers. So you all have had to pay attention to MedCats and grades and things like that. It was hard not to. You had to worry about whether you had an 89 was a B versus a 90, which was an A in a class. You had to worry about things like that. And it's fine. That's the way the system is. We have no better way of doing it right now because there's so many that want these so few spots. But now that you're in, once you're in, the competition's over. All of you have to succeed. As a medical school, we want all of you to succeed. We feel a failure if any of you all don't become the doctors that you're dreaming of. And so we want everyone to do well together, and there's really no competition anymore. Students, no matter how you do in medical school, as long as you do fine as far as attaining the knowledge and passing boards and things like that, which our students do, you're going to get a good residency. You're going to be a fine doctor here. We don't really even give grades. We'll give you sort of a number. You'll know the percentage of correct you got on a test. You made an 85 on an anatomy test or an 80 on a biochemistry test. But it doesn't matter 89 versus 90, A versus B. It just doesn't matter. It's a number. So we're essentially, pass-fail in that regard. We want all of y'all to succeed. And it's been just warms my heart to watch our students share and work together for everyone to succeed. They share learning materials. They'll send emails to each other in the class saying, gosh, look what I learned about this versus that. And they'll share with each other, and they'll study together, and they'll work together to be the best doctors they can be. So University of Kentucky College of Medicine, we are a place of unprecedented growth in all of our missions, but yet retaining our strengths of individual attention and this one for all for one mentality. There's no finer place to come for a medical education. And I was going to tell you, 4 years from now, we'll be getting together, just a little over 4 years from now, for graduation. Think about that. It's coming quicker than you think. And we'll be celebrating again the achievements that you all have as being doctors. And loved ones and family and friends are going to share in that celebration. That's a great thing. And they're going to be so proud of you that you're a doctor. But you're going to be happy, students, that you graduated, but you're not going to be necessarily happy just for yourself. You're going to be happy because of the good that you're going to be able to do for others now. You have chosen a profession of service. It's service to others. We are an other-centered profession. It's not about us, yay me. It's about others. So when you graduate, you're going to feel happy. It's no longer rah, 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 hey me. It's, gosh, I can help people in a great way. I think, to summarize, the credo of Alpha Omega Alpha, I think, says it best. That's Alpha Omega Alpha is the National Medical Honor Society, and its motto is, be worthy to serve the suffering. Be worthy to serve the suffering. I like to reflect deeply on those words at times like this. Think of it, be worthy. It has like connotations of a quest, chivalry, being tested and found successful. But found worthy for what? For riches, for glory, for fame? No, it's worthy to serve. And to serve whom? The captains of industry, the princes of this world? No, it's to serve the suffering. Worthy to serve the suffering. There's no finer calling in this life. and no finer place to achieve that dream than UK College of Medicine. Thanks.